This is a review of the Sigma 30mm f1.4 DCDN contemporary lens for Canon EFM mount cameras. I bought this lens a couple months ago and it has been wonderful. I've loved using it. It is incredibly sharp and I just love using this lens. I took an awesome picture of this bee in my backyard. This picture is cropped and it still is incredibly sharp. If you zoom in just a little bit more, you can see lots of the detail. I took this at 1/4000th of a second at f2, but it really shows how sharp this lens is. And here are some other pictures that I have also taken with this lens. If you attach a focal extender to this lens, you can get some incredible macro shots with this lens and get some really crisp close-up photos. The size of this lens is perfect. It fits perfectly in my hand. It is really small and compact. Pretty much fits anywhere you want. You can put it in a bag, in a pocket. As you can see here, I can fit in my pocket. This is a great little lens. And also the lens is a 52mm thread, so you can attach any filters that are 52mm on this lens, or you can use any larger filters and use a step-down ring, or maybe step-up ring, I don't know. One other awesome thing about this lens is the lens hood. The lens hood that came with this lens, I love it. It is really strong actually, it's quite durable. I feel like if I even try bending it, I mean it's really sturdy. If you just line up these lines on the hood and then on the lens, line them up just like that, and then turn it, and it'll click in place. I appreciate that Sigma included it with this lens. For most lenses, they don't even include a lens hood, so this is really nice that it comes with it. You can also flip it around, and it's also reversible, so it takes up less space in a bag. So just flip it around, and it's really tiny and compact. One other great feature about this lens is the focus ring. The focus ring, it is actually really large. It takes up pretty much the entire top of the lens. And this is due to there not being a zoom ring because this is a prime lens. So there doesn't need to be another ring to zoom with this. So that's why it's so big. It's also really smooth. Now, as far as the things that I love about this lens, I think this lens is perfect for everyday photographers or just people who love taking pictures. Even professional photographers might use this, even though I think they'd probably use something more expensive. But something else that I love about this lens is the size. It is really small. As you can see here, maybe 3 3/4 inches. And the diameter of this lens is about 2.5 inches, so it's really not that big. It is fairly heavy for how small it is, I think. It's not too heavy though, you can carry it easily, just fine. Another feature I love about this lens is obviously the lens hood. I already talked about that. I think this thing is amazing. But also another reason I love this lens is since it is a prime lens, it has a low aperture. So it is incredible in low light. So if you want to take pictures of the stars at night, maybe like, astrophotography pictures, it is incredible when it comes to that. Since the sharpness is amazing, it's really sharp with stars. I haven't really taken any super good star pictures yet because I live in a bunch of light polluted skies. So if you try taking an astrophotography picture in the city, the sky will just be kind of white and you won't see a lot of stars. But if you're in like a super dark sky where there's not as much light pollution, the stars will just pop out and you'll be able to see dark sky with a bunch of bright stars, even the Milky Way. I use this website called lightpollutionmap.info. You can check it out here. And I check it out to see what the light pollution is in that area, so that way I can plan accordingly and decide if I want to bring this lens or not. And if you're wanting to purchase this lens yourself, I will leave a link to it down in the description below. I purchased this lens with a bundle. It is the same price with the bundle as it is with the lens, so why not get the bundle? It came with a little 64GB SanDisk SD card, the Extreme Pro. So that's pretty nice. I haven't used it yet, but I'm excited for that. And as far as the durability goes of this lens, it seems to be fairly durable, quite heavy and hefty. Something great that I love about this lens is the metal ring around the mount, the lens mount. You can see it is metal. It's really durable. It's not going to break as easy if it was plastic. And for the cameras that this lens is compatible with, it is compatible with all Canon EOS M mount cameras. So that includes the M50, which is what I'm using right now, the M50 Mark II, obviously. I think there's also an EOS M, just the M by itself. Pretty much all of the Canon EOS M cameras are compatible with this lens. If I can find it, I'll put a link in the description of all the cameras that this lens is compatible with. And as far as the things that I don't really like about this lens, the chromatic aberration on this lens can be quite a bit at times. I found, if you're shooting right into the sun at a subject, say like a leaf, and the sun is directly behind it, it'll have quite a bit of chromatic aberration. So I found you can try to edit it out, but it takes a little bit of time for that. And in Lightroom, just the pressing the chromatic aberration button doesn't always work. You might have to do more post-processing with that, but it's not too bad where it's unusable. I still like taking pictures with this. And one last thing, this is the box that the lens came in, just the normal Sigma box. The top says Sigma, and if we open it up, you can see it came inside this little cardboard cutout, so that's nice, and also with the user manual and stuff, but who reads that stuff? But overall, I think this lens is a great lens. If you'd like to pick up this lens, again, I will put a link to it in the description below. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like, and if you subscribe, just let me know in the comments by saying I subscribed, and I will reply to your comments. I think that just about wraps it up for today, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.